Last summer, my family and I took a 20-hour flight to Cape Town, South Africa. Once we got there, we visited the Castle of Good Hope. It is the oldest surviving colonial building in South Africa. This castle is an amazing building to explore. Next, we visited Camps Bay and we walked along the white sand for a while. My sister and I played around in the turquoise water. We also took pictures of the mountains surrounding the beach, called the 12 Apostles. The next day, we went to Table Mountain and took an aerial cable car up to the mountain to see a better view of Cape Town. This mountain is really cool because it looks like someone sliced the top off of it. Later that day, we left our group and went to Boulder's Beach where we swam with penguins. They were walking all over the beach and laying on the big boulders. When I was laying on a boulder, a penguin walked right over me. The next day, we visited Gallagher Transfrontier Park, located on the border between South Africa and Botswana. We took a tour through the Kalahari Desert. We came upon a black maned lion and saw many vultures and eagles. In the desert, there were red sand dunes and a few trees. Our next stop was Chobe National Park in Botswana. We got a safari truck and started driving through the park. The guide told us about the main animals we saw. I learned that giraffes only sleep about 20 minutes a day to be alert for predators. The guide told us about the lions sleeping up to 20 hours a day, and the male lion usually waits for the female lion to catch food. I also learned that elephants are the largest land animal on Earth and can weigh as much as a school bus. I also found out that hippos spend up to 16 hours in the water to keep cool. They don't actually swim, they push off of objects in the water. And did you know that gazelles stay hydrated by shrinking their heart and liver so they can lose less water and breathe less? The last animal we saw on our safari was a cheetah. Their spotted fur helps them stay hidden while hunting prey. Since we were so close, we stopped to see Victoria Falls in Zimbabwe. We were able to experience the view of a helicopter ride. After we went off the helicopter, we walked to a rocky edge to see the most beautiful rainbow over the falls. On the helicopter tour, the pilot told us that the Zambezi River drops down and becomes Victoria Falls, but then keeps flowing as the Zambezi River. It flows through 6 countries into the Indian Ocean. After that, my family and I went to Mali and got some fresh fruit from the fruit market outside. Then we sat down on a rock by the ocean and had a little picnic. When we got to Tanzania, we found some local girls and started making jewelry with them. Once we made some jewelry, we went to Mount Kilimanjaro National Park to see Africa's highest mountain peak. At the end of the day, we sat down and watched the beautiful sunset. When we visited Burundi, a group of little kids took us around to explore the place. Then, as we were walking through the fields, we found more kids, and so we circled up and had a small dance party in the fields. The last place we got to see before the national park was Rwanda, where we went to Volcanoes National Park to go hiking and see a bunch of gorillas. Then at night we met with our group and watched 2 different professional dances. They were amazing and I had so much fun. Once we finally got to Kivu Forest National Park in Uganda, we were able to see so many different monkeys, birds, and butterflies. We took a hike and learned that there are 338 bird species in this rainforest. There were so many colorful butterflies that flew around us as we hiked. When I got to Nairobi, we drove to Dandora, one of Africa's largest rubbish dumps. There were so many people picking through garbage, looking for anything they could sell or take home to use. When we drove back into the city, we saw that there were a few wealthy neighborhoods in Nairobi. The roads are in good condition. There are good restaurants, malls, and shopping centers. Some of the neighborhoods had mansions and villas owned by people in the government. Shanghai Old City area is considered one of the major tourist attractions in Mogadishu. It is located along the shore of South Mogadishu. There is a high threat of terrorism, including kidnapping, constant threat of terrorist attacks, and suicide bombing. The Jing Mosque in Timbuktu is a famous learning center in Mali. It is built in 1327. The building is made of mud, brick, mud mortar, mud plaster, straw, wood, and limestone.